Thank you, and good morning, everyone. It has been an honor to join you all at this year's AMO conference. As you know, I am currently serving as Acting Minister of Infrastructure while my colleague, Kinga Surma, is on parental leave. Our work with municipalities has never been more critical as we build and protect Ontario communities together. As part of our government's $236 billion capital plan, we are delivering historic investments to help your communities grow and prosper. Now, since 2019, overall support for municipalities has grown by 60%. And in 2025 alone, Ontario provided transfer payments to municipalities totaling more than $11 billion. With shovels in the ground across the province, these investments are already making a real difference in your communities. A primary focus of our government is helping more people realize the dream of home ownership. We repeatedly hear that one of the greatest barriers municipalities face is the cost of the infrastructure needed to support the construction of new homes in their communities. This includes roads, bridges, water systems, and water treatment facilities. Our government listened, and we acted. And so in 2024, we launched the Municipal Housing Infrastructure Program, or MHIP for short. The program was immediately oversubscribed. Recognizing the significant demand that this clearly demonstrated, we expanded MHIP from a single $200 million stream focused only on water systems into a $4 billion program across multiple funding streams. This historic funding that this province has never seen before is indeed unprecedented. So far, more than $3 billion of that MHIP set of streams has been awarded. This is supporting more than 305 projects across more than 230 municipalities and First Nations. And this will enable over 800,000 new homes to be constructed, while also maintaining water systems for the existing 375,000 other homes impacted. In fact, as we gather here, work crews are already out in your communities with shovels in the ground for more than 200 active MHIP projects across the province. And overall MHIP funding is forecast to support more than 1,500 jobs annually over the next decade. So let's take a closer look at what this means for families and businesses in some of your communities. The municipality of Lakeshore received over $32 million through MHIP, and that was for the County Road 22 sanitary sewer expansion project. That project will reduce basement flooding, support long-term commercial and industrial expansion, and help enable approximately 2,500 new homes in that growing community. The Township of Lucan Biddulph received over $18 million to expand and upgrade its wastewater treatment plant. Shovels are already in the ground, and the official groundbreaking ceremony took place in June. The funding will help the township enhance the reliability and the operational efficiency of the plant, unlocking the construction of nearly 1,000 new homes. The municipality of Bluewater has reached substantial completion on its Bayfield wastewater treatment plant, for which our government invested more than $8.3 million through MHIP. That project will help unlock the construction of more than 500 new homes. And construction began in June for a joint project between the Township of Havelock, Belmont, Methuen, and the County of Peterborough. They are partnering to install new storm sewer infrastructure and replace water main and sanitary sewer piping that services the village of Havelock. The province is contributing more than $8 million, and we look forward to the project enabling approximately 1,500 new homes in that township. Now, even with Ontario's historic investments in housing enabling infrastructure, there are still communities facing infrastructure backlogs. In particular, municipalities that do not levy development charges. Those municipalities often face greater challenges in funding infrastructure projects, and at the same time can also face higher construction costs along with aging assets. And so help is on the way, with Ontario and Canada working together to jointly invest a further $1 billion to build and upgrade roads, bridges, and water systems in those municipalities that do not have development charges. My thanks is extended to Minister Robertson and the federal government for its partnership with us in providing this much-needed funding, because it will help our municipalities grow and strengthen their local economies. The new $1 billion non-development charge municipality stream announced on Sunday will be co-funded from Ontario's Municipal Housing Infrastructure Program and the federal government's Building Community Strong Fund. The first intake of applications will open on October the 29th, and we plan to select successful projects ahead of the 2027 construction season. The new stream will have multiple intakes in order to respond to demand, and so more details on those will come at a later date. Investing in housing-enabling infrastructure, of course, is just one part of our $236 billion capital plan over the next decade. And as I indicated, it's the largest investment of its kind in Canadian history. Shovels are in the ground across Ontario, building new schools, new hospitals, and renovating existing hospitals, and also building long-term care homes, public transit, highways, and much more. In fact, since 2018, over 4,200 projects have been completed across Ontario, and more than 1,600 are ongoing. This is in the face of economic uncertainty and unwarranted U.S. tariffs. We did seem to have a reprieve last night, and maybe better news is ahead. But while we have been in this position, facing this historic challenge, these projects are creating jobs for workers in your communities, and they're boosting Ontario's construction sector by helping to support the 577,000 construction workers in our province. Across Ontario, projects are strengthening communities, creating even more jobs than those I just mentioned. And these projects build the infrastructure residents rely on each and every day. Here are just a few examples. In Simcoe County, the Stevenson Memorial Hospital redevelopment project in Alliston has around 40 workers on the site each day. Local contractors are providing services including electrical, concrete, and mobile cranes. In Northern Ontario, construction of the new Thunder Bay Correctional Complex has more than 300 workers on site each day, with around 75% of the workforce hired locally, supporting workers and families across that region. Over in Eastern Ontario, the redevelopment of Quinte Health's Prince Edward County Memorial Hospital has 65 workers on site each day. Once complete, this hospital will have 23 inpatient beds, a 24/7 emergency department, a new helipad, and many more features. And in Niagara region in southwestern Ontario, construction for the new South Niagara Hospital has around 1,200 workers on site each and every day. Upon completion, that 475-bed hospital will ensure people and families have access to the critical medical services they need closer to home. Our Ontario government also recognizes that it's not just about how much we build, we also need to build faster and smarter. That's why we are exploring more ways to harness the power of new tools and technology. Planning around underground utilities and other assets remains a major challenge, especially on our larger projects. To that end, Infrastructure Ontario, in partnership with Ontario One Call, is developing a plan to map underground utilities across the province. By leveraging the expertise of a key partner such as Ontario One Call, success can be achieved, for Ontario One Call has a proven track record as a willing and able partner. Infrastructure Ontario has also begun introducing Building Information Modeling, that's BIM. These requirements are now being brought into new procurements. And this begins with the OPP detachment and the administrative and maintenance complex at Ontario Place. This will allow for improved planning of new projects, yielding better results for taxpayers. The Ministry of Transportation and Metrolinx are also continuing their work on BIM, including using BIM standards on key transportation projects such as the Garden City Skyway in Niagara region and on transit projects like the Ontario Line in Toronto. We are also promoting the use of technology in delivering community-led projects. Through the Municipal Housing Infrastructure Program, we embedded the use of modern technologies as an evaluation criterion for the health and safety water stream. 67%, that's 81 municipal and First Nation projects, incorporated modern technologies for water infrastructure. And building on this, we are considering an assessment criterion for future streams under this program to evaluate the use of modern technology and digital components to promote the adoption of emerging practices and technologies in asset delivery management and planning. The Ministry of Infrastructure has also released an expression of interest to sector organizations for a delivery partner to explore how digital tools can help municipalities complete their asset management plans. This is crucial. The initiative is expected to launch in the very near future. Our goal is to make best use of modern technologies to enhance the overall asset management planning process in both the short and long term. Ladies and gentlemen, looking ahead, our government will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with municipalities across Ontario. We will keep investing in the people, the infrastructure, and the services that communities need to grow and to succeed. Because we know that strong, vibrant municipalities are the foundation of a resilient, competitive, and prosperous Ontario. Your leadership, your innovation, your commitment are helping to shape the future of Ontario. And so I look forward to continuing this important work together. More shovels in the ground for housing and critical infrastructure, more opportunities for well-paying jobs for our workers and families, and more communities that are ready to welcome growth, attract investment, and to thrive for generations to come. Together, we are building and protecting every corner of this great province. Thank you for your kind attention.